What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Our Brains Hurt. Thank you so much for hanging out again. December 7th at the Pie Shop in DC will be our next party slash show that Our Brains Hurt is doing. It will be the Jasons, Huntingtons, My Band, The Blanks, Beatnik Termites, Dead End Lane, and the Stivs. That's the Pie Shop on December 7th. It's a Saturday. Nice little way to bring in the holidays. Watch for tickets. More info to come. And that is that. Now, let's get to the show.
Well, they needed a jingle for their stupid little show, so they called up the Jasons and we said, fuck no. Then they called us again and they gave us $20 and we wrote them a song that said, your podcast sucks. Then they gave us more money and they asked us really nice and we finally gave in and we said, alright, I'll write you a song, but it's gonna be a clone of a Screeching Weasel song that we heard a while ago. So we wrote them a jingle and it sounded really rad. It was the best little jingle that their podcast ever had, but the file got corrupted and the email didn't work. Now they're stuck without a jingle singing Our Brains Hurt. Our brains hurt, our brains hurt, our brains hurt. Our brains hurt, our brains hurt, our brains hurt. Our brains hurt, our brains hurt, our brains hurt. Our brains hurt, our brains hurt, our brains hurt. In a very non-copyright infringing sort of way.
What's up, dude?
Hey, what's going on?
Sweet. This Zoom thing is getting better and better.
How the heck are you?
I am outstanding. How are you guys?
Great.
Amazing. Are you in a sauna?
I wish I was in a sauna. This is actually my little recording space in my basement.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love the hardwood.
Yeah,
Do you prefer sauna or hot tub if you had to choose?
I prefer a steam shower.
Okay.
Oh.
Wait, what's a steam shower? What's a steam shower? Is that like a sauna?
Similar, but
Okay.
it's essentially well, depending on where you're at, like ones I was in was pouring cold water over top of like hot stones and stuff, and it makes steam.
All right.
It if you're in there too long, it can be kind of scary. You'll want to pass out pretty quickly.
Nice.
It's kind of like a sweat lodge. Have you ever done a sweat lodge?
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it's
Yeah.
Nice.
like.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You're in there for 10 minutes and you try to stand up and you about fall over.
Yep.
Nice.
I like the RKL shirt.
Oh yeah. This Ron actually got this for me
I
at
did.
one of their reunion shows in LA, and you can only get these there.
Yep.
And he got one for me and he got one for his brother, but he couldn't get one for himself.
Yep.
I saw him post a couple pictures and videos that he was there. That's sick.
Yeah.
I
It was
know.
fucking awesome. It was
Fucking
crazy.
insane. But I'm
Yeah.
super appreciative of this, especially
Yes.
since Ron, he wanted one, but he couldn't get
I know. I know. And the
That's
hats too. I got to teach a hat. I did get one of the hats, which are only available at the shows. Yeah, I think everything I got you was only available at the shows because I don't see any of that stuff online. So
yeah.
yeah,
So I'm super appreciative.
yeah. Matt and I breathe, eat, and sleep RKL. So
It's true.
Well, I saw the whole lineup of guys from RKO you interviewed, and then
Yes.
you messaged me, and I thought, where do I fall in on this?
Dude, it's perfect. Dude, RKL, Lagwagon, the Fiddle.
Right. I was like, God, there's RKL guys. You had Fat Mike, Natasha Nice, and then me.
Ooh, Natasha. Let me reflect on those titties for a second. Okay, all right.
How can you not?
These are the stories I love.
Yeah.
So these are you have stories to tell, and these are the ones that I love because they're
That's
like,
right.
like people don't know
Yeah.
they want to hear these stories because I don't know. They're good stories.
It's funny because I'm going out to LA actually 2 weeks from today. I'm flying out to LA to see NoFX is doing their final shows ever out in LA.
Yeah.
And I thought and Natasha lives in LA, and I was like, you know what? I should hit her up. And I was like, I'm gonna offer to just buy her lunch one day. But I don't know if she remembers me or if I'm just gonna be some creepy dude that randomly hits her up on fucking Twitter. And I just want to be like,
You'd be
hey,
surprised.
you've been on our podcast. I'm going to be out in LA for a few days. I have a couple days free. Let's go do some lunch or coffee or whatever. I'm going to hit her up tonight or tomorrow and see what she
You
says.
should.
So
Why not?
Yeah,
yeah, I
absolutely.
will, but I don't know if she'll respond at all. And she'll probably be like, who the fuck is this?
She
Are you,
said
are
she
you,
liked it.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
I went to Columbus last year, and
I was there
I
too. I
drove
was at
out.
Columbus last
Oh, no
year.
kidding. I,
Yeah, yeah,
I was
yeah,
there
yeah.
on the second day. I can't remember if it was a Saturday or Sunday, but
Okay,
that was a good
Sunday.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Sunday.
then I
So I
just
was
went to the one in Detroit a couple weeks ago here.
Oh, did you? How was that?
Yeah. It was okay. I'm
It
glad
was
I
okay.
got to
Yeah.
like if by some freak chance I get to go out to LA, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
Um, if my last time seeing them is in a club show, that's probably what I'd want to
That's
see.
pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Columbus
Yeah.
shows, we went I went both nights, but the first night was it was Saturday and Sunday.
Mhm.
And Saturday my friend and I got there that night and we just saw Circle Jerks and No Effects. And No Effects played that complete shit on Saturday night. But Sunday night they were incredible on Sunday night.
Yeah, I
So
thought
that
they
was
were
a show
spot
you
on.
were at, and we were on
Yeah.
stage for that one. So you definitely got the good show of that weekend if you went
Yeah.
on that Sunday.
They
They
was
were
they
fucking
were definitely
awesome.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a great lineup that day. The Suicide Machines, the Get
Yes.
Dead, Descendants. I saw Descendants twice that week.
Oh, fuck yeah. Hell yeah. That's awesome.
We're
Oh,
just
what a
gonna
good week.
geek out about bands we loved.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah.
It's what we do.
Hell yeah.
What are you drinking?
So I'm
Or you guys
drinking
have
a
you guys have your own beer now or something, don't you?
not yet.
Tomorrow or
Tomorrow or
Saturday.
Saturday. Yeah. I'm drinking Dogfish Head Pumpkin Ale.
Nice.
It's my favorite. It's my second favorite pumpkin beer. My first favorite, I think, is Done. Maybe I haven't seen it this year. I'm afraid.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Since you're just bringing up pumpkin beer right now, is it
Mm-hmm.
me, Ron, or did they not go as hard on pumpkin beer this year as they did last year?
No, they backed off.
They
They
did.
backed off for sure.
They did back
for
off.
sure. They backed off.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
I mean,
Go
I think
fuck
a lot
yourself.
of people
This
are.
is over. This
I just can't
this episode is.
I can't find the right pumpkin beer. I'd rather have a good heavy Oktoberfest, but I don't know.
I love
just haven't found the right
Oktoberfest
one.
too. Yeah.
The two best
Yeah.
pumpkin beers they didn't make this year.
Which ones?
They make the UFO Return to Planet Pumpkin
I haven't seen that. That's right.
Oh,
I didn't even
didn't
think
know
about
I've
that.
never had one.
and the Dunkin' Pumpkin. They're nowhere to be
Yeah.
seen.
Oh,
The
shit.
Harpoon, yeah.
That's a shame.
It is a
Yeah.
shame.
So have you ever had pumpkin beer, or you just don't? Or you just haven't
No,
had
I've
one you
tried a
liked?
few. It just like
Okay.
I like my beer to taste like beer. I can't get
That's
into like
understandable.
flavored stuff.
I totally get that. I totally get that.
Yeah. No, there was some kind of blueberry beer I had not too long ago, and I was like, this is going to be disgusting. Please don't
Yeah.
don't force this beer on me. And I tried it. I was like, I could probably drink about 5 or 6 of those pretty
Yeah.
easily.
I've,
Was it
Yeah,
was it
which
the
one was it?
UFO? Was it the UFO blueberry one?
It might have been. I can't remember what it was.
That's a good one.
that one's pretty good. Yeah.
It is pretty good. UFO is a great brewery.
Where's that out of?
Massachusetts. So UFO, it used to be a part of Harpoon Brewery, which is
Okay.
somewhat of a big brewery out of Boston.
Yeah.
And
I've had some.
and they would do this like Harpoon corner of the brewery where they would put out basically like different fruit radlers basically.
Yeah.
But they were all really really good. They were like the best. If you wanted a fruity beer, that was the one you went to. Period. And it got so big that those people that were doing the little corner that branched off and made their own brewery, which is now just UFO Brewery.
Cool. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, so anything UFO puts out is fantastic. They have a and this is still really weird for me to say because historically I've always been the same as you. Like I just, I pounded fucking Miller Lights and when I wanted it to be cheap and and like stouts and fucking what. But they had this like raspberry wheat something or other. It's called Raswell. It's like got a little UFO on it, which just immediately
Which
drew
falls
me
in
to it.
line
And I was
with
like,
it.
I'm not a raspberry fan, but I do like wheat beers from time to time. So I bought, and fuck if it's not the best fucking wheat beer I've ever had in my entire life. It's so fucking good. Yeah.
I'll have to try it.
Yeah,
I
they
got.
do it right. It's not overpowered with fruit. It's like subtle. I don't know. It's just fucking good.
I feel like you really don't have to search for a lot of this stuff anymore. Like there's so many microbrews around it. There's a lot of distributors carry so many things anymore. It's not hard to
It's true.
find stuff.
Very
No,
true.
it's
Yeah.
not hard at all. It is that is definitely very true words.
Yeah.
Where do you live, Luke? Where are you?
I am about an hour north of Pittsburgh, and probably you keep going another hour and 15 and I'd be in Cleveland.
Okay. All right.
So
Well, so you're only you're only
I'm in BFE.
Gotcha.
you're still only like 4 or 5 hours from each of us, though.
Yeah, I know. It's
Yeah.
like nothing.
Yeah.
You're probably
Anybody
closer to
that plays
Ron.
in bands, it's like four
Yeah.
hour drives nothing.
Cool.
Yeah.
But on the East Coast, in terms of like going to meet band places or bands places to play with, it's a pretty decent location. Yeah.
It's like right in the heart of everything. Everything's 4 hours away. Detroit's 4 hours away. Uh, Columbus and Ohio and Cincinnati are 4.5 hours away. I mean,
Perfect. Yeah.
DC is 4.5 hours away. Like
Nice.
it couldn't
Yeah.
be a better spot.
Yeah.
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 That's not bad at all because I'm sure you continue to get hired by by,
Yeah.
by Fiddle.
It certainly helps being an oddball instrument.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that
Yeah.
for a second. So you play the fiddle, and we've had you on before with 500 Miles to Memphis.
Yeah.
Talk to us about some of the people you've played with. How did you start? Like, how old were you when you started playing? How did you get into music? And kind of tell us about your journey.
Ooh, that's a long story. Well,
Good.
We have time and
I
beer, so go ahead.
I I started playing when I was 4 years old.
Okay.
My mom, do you know what a hammer dulcimer and a mountain dulcimer are? Like folk instruments, like the inside of a piano is a hammer dulcimer. It's like basically the strings laid out from the inside of a piano,
Okay.
and you're hitting the strings with like little wooden hammers instead of piano keys.
Okay.
Um, so my mom was learning how to play that. She had a folk group that she played at like local festivals and stuff. And our
And is
neighbor
this
played,
Pennsylvania? Is this Pennsylvania
yeah,
or
in
okay?
Pennsylvania, pretty much all Pennsylvania. There's
Okay.
a little bit in like Columbia and Ohio and things
Gotcha.
like that. But our neighbor played fiddle, and she wasn't amazing or anything, but I loved the instrument.
Mhm.
And my mom started taking me to get lessons, and I started out doing classical stuff, and then probably I was close to 8, 10 years old. I started taking like fiddle and bluegrass lessons, and uh,
At
we'd go
eight
to
years old?
bluegrass festivals at 8. Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
so
You have awesome parents, by the way.
my
That's
parents
cool.
rule.
That's awesome.
Like
Yeah, that's cool.
my, my
Yes.
parents were kind of strict, but they were more like they gave a shit than they were strict.
That's
So,
perfect. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was a pretty great childhood. I grew up in the middle of nowhere, so
Good for you. That's
I
awesome.
spent most of my days in the woods.
That's a
Um,
good thing. That's
Yeah.
a good thing.
but as far as fiddle playing, like when I was 15, I joined a band. It was mostly doing like square dances and um, I don't want to say like bluegrassy because they were playing like polkas. It was like setup. You'd play a square of like 15 minutes of a they had like 15 minutes of a square dance,
Mhm.
and then you'd play a waltz, a polka, and like another song, and then
Nice.
everything was laid out like in 15-minute increments,
Oh, cool.
I did that for a few years, and then I started getting calls for playing country bands in Pittsburgh. um there's like maybe three decent fiddle players that have been playing with country bands the last probably 15 years in town.
Mhm.
Anybody else that's decent moves to Nashville.
Yeah.
But like off and on between all that stuff, like I played drums for a punk band when I was in college. Um, I wouldn't say I'm a good drummer. but it was punk music, so it really didn't
What was the
matter.
band called, and where'd you go to college?
Oh man, I went to Clarion University. It's probably another hour and a half north.
Okay.
Um, that's where I grew up.
What was
But
the band called? What was the punk band called?
band was called Earth Time, and then
Yeah.
after I quit, well, we just kind of fizzled out. But then I reformed with the bass player and guitar player and another drummer, and they went by Trainwreck Punch.
Okay. Cool.
That was a drink we used to make when we were in college.
Sounds right. Sounds right. Yeah.
And while I was playing country bands, I subbed a couple times playing for Bastard Bearded Irishman. I've known those guys for years. Um, I work with them. A few of the guys work in the film industry. We're all union workers. We're like the singer's medic, and me and the other mandolin player, we work basically construction and set building and stuff.
Cool.
So that's our regular jobs. But so I subbed off and on for them. I still kind of play country once in a while, but it's just not my thing. And it's fine. Like I like playing
Yeah.
with the people, and as long as everybody's good musicians and
Oh
not
yeah.
a complete asshole, I can deal with about anything.
Totally.
I played with a group called the Sparrows. They were kind of like among their originals. They'd play like early Wallflowers stuff, the band, um, things like that, like very alt rock, alt country type stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, and then like most recently here after 500 broke up. Well, we can get into 500.
Yeah.
I reached out to Ryan, the singer. I want to say late 2019. Just I had just found them honestly, and I reached out to him. I was like, man, I really like your band and everything. You got banjo and fiddle and a bunch of other stuff, like nice layers of instruments over stuff,
Totally.
and really the early few albums and everything. I was like, man, this is like really well mixed. Some of the stuff's like really like almost skate punkish, and then it goes into kind of like a weird country vibe.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I was just like BSing with him, and I was like, I noticed you don't take a fiddle player with you when you're doing live stuff. So if you ever need anybody, and he's like, well, funny, I'm gonna send you these tracks if you want to record some stuff. And then we're playing a show, like it was a month later. He's like, if you want to come down, and
Yeah.
so I did, and I'm getting like we're all loading up, and he goes, yeah, so balls in your court if you want to join this band.
Nice.
It's like okay, well, let me get my shit together, and we'll talk.
Yeah.
And
Are they out of
there's
Cincinnati? The Cincinnati area?
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
for the most part.
Gotcha.
When
Okay.
when I joined, like Ryan and the drummer, they were both living in Kentucky, pretty much right across
Gotcha.
from
Because I
Cincinnati.
remember that because my daughter goes to the University of Kentucky, and he was saying he's only a couple hours north of there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not far
Yeah.
from there at all because we were talking
Yeah.
about the Green Lantern
The Green Lantern.
bar
Yeah.
down
Yep.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you go down there?
I have been to I've been to Lexington plenty of times because my daughter goes to school there, but I haven't been to the Green Lantern yet. So
It's a cool place, and they always got food trucks and stuff outside.
awesome.
It's a cool venue.
Yeah.
Yeah, a great selection of beer.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'll check it out. I'm
Um,
going back at the end of October. My daughter turns 21. She's a junior now, so she turns 21 October
nice.
28th. And I'm my wife and I and my mother and stepfather are going out. We're spending a weekend. We're going to a Kentucky Auburn football game.
Nice.
So maybe I'll try to check out Green Lantern that weekend when I go out for a few
Yeah,
days.
check their schedule and see what's up because
Yeah.
there's always some cool bands playing there.
Cool. Yeah.
Hey guys, Trev from the Struggling Artist Podcast, and I want to talk to you real quick about Struggling Artist Record Club. The Struggling Artist Record Club is a vinyl record subscription service where I hunt and curate the best punk and punk adjacent music out there and mail their record to your door each and every month. Imagine finding your new favorite band from across the country without ever having to leave the house. It doesn't get much better than that. The excitement of discovering new music just got that much easier. As a member of the Struggling Artist Record Club, you are going to receive some of the best music you've ever heard from bands you may never even heard of. Whether you've been collecting records for years or just starting out, the Struggling Artist Record Club is designed specifically for you. And right now, all new members get a Struggling Artist Record Club exclusive along with the monthly selection. So head to StrugglingArtistRecordClub.com, pick a membership, and start building that collection today.
Yeah, so started recording some stuff with Ryan. COVID happened. We can skip all that. Shows started picking back up, and we were trying to hit things pretty hard. It was hard booking stuff after COVID.
Yeah.
And they've been struggling for 20 years themselves, so they needed a break. They were burnt out. And I don't think when we talked last time that our steel player had passed yet, David Rhodes Brown.
No, it was
he had lung cancer from smoking so much.
Oh, no shit.
And I barely even got to play with him. He was an incredible dude, and he's like 6'5", and
wow.
like when Ryan said, make yourself available, and he like leans down and over me like Lurch, and he's like, make yourself available. It's like, yes sir, right away, sir.
Yeah.
So he had passed here not too long ago, and and it was like shortly after that, we discussed taking a break and doing a possible final show. I'm hoping there's never a final show. I like coming back and doing things, but I don't know.
Yeah.
But not too long after that, I subbed a couple gigs for Bastard Bearded Irishman again, and they're kind of like Flogging Molly-esque.
Cool. Yeah.
I want to say there's a little bit more of like a Middle Eastern sound to their songs, because there's some minor chords and things going on in there that it's just not, it's happy, but when you look at how the arrangement of stuff is, it's like, man, there's like all these weird minor chords and shit like this. I don't know how they portray it like this, but it works. So it's a little Flogging Molly, Gogol Bordello type stuff going on there. So yeah, it's I started subbing some things for them, and the singer's like, fuck it, why don't you just keep showing up at shows? I said I don't want to commit to anything, and he's like, that's fine, just show up when you want to. So I think I've missed one show since then. and we've had two fiddle players, and we're just harmonizing and shit, and it's a lot of fun. And it's weird because like they definitely hit Irish festival stuff hard, and which is cool. It always ends up being fun, and everybody's shit faced and having a good time. So it's kind of hard not to have a good time. But like we'll do this weird crowd of Irish festival, and then like we played this record store with the Huntingtons and the Downstrokes and stuff out by like Savage Mountain area, and so it's like a very weird mix of shows and stuff. So it's interesting.
That's awesome. My new band is putting out a split 7-inch with the Huntingtons this December. It's a Christmas split 7-inch. So we just spent the last weekend recording with Joe Queer down in Atlanta. We recorded those 2 songs that are going to be on that split with the Huntingtons, and then 5 others that'll be on an EP probably in the spring.
Nice. Who's releasing that?
So Little Lost Girl Records. She's Athena Athens. She's out of Portland, Oregon. She's going to release that split 7-inch with it's going to be us and the Huntingtons. And then as far as the EP goes, it'll be I own a record label called Snubbed Records. It'll be like a Snubbed Records / and I'm going to shop it around to another label. I'm hoping for like a dual label release for that, but we had a great time.
This is Blanks.
The Blanks, there you go. Yeah, look at you knowing me.
I educate myself once in a while. Well, I mean, I listen to you guys. I try to keep up with what's going on.
Thanks.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's greatly appreciated. Yeah.
I try to keep my head ear to the ground and what's going on, and
yeah.
I mean, you guys are always doing pie shop shows and everything too, so
Oh yeah.
I
Yep.
gotta get down there eventually. I got some friends down in
Yeah.
Hanover, Baltimore area, and I
Cool.
could it'd be so easy to go down and see people and then swing down.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So wait, you said that 500 miles to Memphis. Are they done now? Is it
Yeah. It's a recent
For
thing, officially.
okay?
as far as the world knows, it is done.
Okay.
I
Hmm.
can't I can't say we won't ever be in the same room together again. It wasn't a
Yeah.
bad break. It's just what
Okay.
happened.
Yeah.
So
Gotcha.
I was just kind of caught.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, I was just kind of present for the whole situation because I was the last person to come into all of that,
Right.
and there was never a bad moment playing with them. Like,
Cool.
it was
Yeah.
probably the best situation I was ever in playing in a band, because we all got there, we all hugged each other. At the end of the night, we all hugged each other and hung out and
Yeah.
drank, and I never heard anybody bitch about one thing.
That's cool.
That's
And
awesome.
it's not like every show was the best show ever, but I mean, everybody, you could tell that those guys were friends first, and I was welcomed into the fold.
That's awesome. That's
That's
fantastic.
awesome
Yeah.
because it doesn't always fucking work out like that.
It does not.
Fortunately, Yeah.
Speaking to other guys that have played in several bands
Yeah.
and how it
Yeah.
goes. Yeah, there's always somebody, but I can say in that band there's everybody's got their own personalities and things, but there was never. Nah, I could call any of them up now, and we could be on the phone for 3 hours.
Awesome.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah, it was a great situation.
Super rad. Yeah.
And guys and bastards are pretty similar.
Cool.
So yeah, so I'm in a good situation right now, and
Good. Yeah.
they're recording some stuff, and they sent me some stems stuff if I want to add things. It's kind of like up to my discretion, and
Perfect.
so it's kind of a nice situation, especially my son's 6 years old, and so he's back in school, and just been booking any side gig or playing with them. So that's kind of where my life's at right now.
Is that your only kid?
Yeah, I just have one.
A 6-year-old?
He is the coolest kid ever. He's got
That's
some
cool.
personality.
Yeah. I only have one as well.
Well,
But
he
my
just started
daughter
picking
turns
up.
21 in a couple weeks, so but
Well, I could have a 21-year-old. How we started late, and
yeah.
he's going to be the only one.
I hear you. No,
He
I was early. I was 25, so
he he just picked up. I was like, just doing instrument maintenance last week. And he comes over and he starts plucking strings and stuff, and he's asking questions. And I was like, dude, you have your
yeah,
own like quarter size fiddle. Go get it.
that's
And
rad.
he comes over and he's pulling everything out, and I'm showing him how to hold it and everything. And
Yeah,
and uh and I was like, let's just like do some bow patterns and stuff like that, because
yeah,
I couldn't get him I couldn't get him to do much. But I could do like some kind of bowing pattern. He's got an ear. Like, he's
nice.
just got to figure it out, and I'm not gonna push him.
Yeah, that's
When
cool.
when he
That's
decides
awesome.
he wants to do it, then that's fine. But
Yeah,
like, I was like, we can do this every day if you want. He's like, yeah. So
that's
like,
awesome.
maybe we've missed a couple days here, but for maybe 5-10 minutes, we'd sit there and just make noise, and it's cool. I
That's
really
rad,
hope
man.
he does
Yeah,
something. I don't care if he plays fiddle. I just want him to play music, because
that's
it
good for
sure
you. Yeah.
sure helped me a hell of a lot. And
Oh yeah.
he's a very busy kid. So like, I think
Yeah.
it'll probably wrangle him in a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the cool thing about having a kid at like 25 was like, it's like
You're still living it.
yeah, it's like, dude, I know exactly, like, I know you're lying because I'm still lying to my wife about the shit you're lying about. Like, like, you can't, like, stop fucking with me. Like, I know exactly what you're doing. Like,
Yeah, right.
yeah, like, whatever.
Think I don't know.
I did the same damn thing.
Think
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like whatever. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh man.
It's great though.
I mean, I know there's a handful of bands out there that have like punk fiddle players or somebody just filling that role, but it's kind of unless it's the Celtic thing, which I'm not sure that's where I
Yeah.
saw myself being at right now, but
Yeah.
uh, there's not a lot of it out there, so it's kind of fun because somebody always wants to BS with you. It's like how the hell
Right.
did you get into doing this stuff? And I don't know. I've always been into punk bands since I was probably 13. So I it's weird trying to find my place
Yeah.
uh because like I do like that style of punk
Hmm.
or whatever you want to call it.
How did you get
Um,
introduced to punk rock?
my brother, well, one of my brothers.
Okay, it's almost always a sibling. It's almost always a sibling. Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is I used to listen to I'd steal all my older brother's cassettes.
Hmm.
Uh, and
Well, how did they
my
get into
brother,
punk rock?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
They were all into well,
How
my,
much
my
older
brother
were they than you?
I'm the baby, and my brother that got
Okay.
me into it is six years older than me. He's the one
Oh,
next to me,
okay.
so I was
Gotcha.
I was the surprise.
Mm.
Um, but they were all into. He was listening to Metallica and
Yeah.
the Anthrax was big to him and I.
Hell yeah.
Um, but he had "Give Me Convenience or Give Me Death" in his cassettes, and I
Okay.
listened to that over and over again. I could quote all the stupid Jello shit like on the live tracks and the storytelling. I can do. I mean, I listened to those over and over again, and like I didn't. He had some stuff that I just didn't realize I was listening to punk music until later on.
Yeah.
And then it turned into shit whenever I was junior high and he was in college and he's bringing home, you know, uh, Epitaph and Fat stuff and
Yeah.
the catalogs and all that shit and the compilations and everything. So it just kind of snowballed from there. That's really where I got into that stuff. He was
Hmm.
bringing home uh he brought home Punk and Drublic and Rancid's Let's Go,
Oh
and
yeah.
Yeah.
he was
Great
always
album.
Sounds right.
his favorites was Pennywise. So
Gotcha. Yeah.
uh like we I don't remember what the hell sparked it, but I know the intro riff to Linoleum the first time I heard it, I was like,
Fuck yeah.
what the fuck?
Hell
Like I
yeah.
never heard guitars played like that
Yeah. Yeah.
before.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean
Did he play an
I like
instrument, your brother?
he played guitar a little bit.
Okay. Gotcha.
Um I'm the only one that ever really played anything seriously.
Hmm.
Um, but he played some guitar and he'd play along with CDs and stuff like that, like we did when we were kids.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, he would bring home some weird stuff and I'm like, what the hell is this? And then we're going through all the liner notes and reading all the other bands and shit. And it's just like
Yeah.
started doing all the mail order stuff
Fuck yeah.
and which was kind of hard to do where I grew up because
Yeah.
there was there was nowhere to buy anything.
Right.
So but yeah, that's kind of where it started, and then
All
I
those
just
Columbia House CDs. It was like,
I didn't even do that.
okay.
I didn't even really start going to shows till I was close to 20. Um,
Okay. Yeah.
like we didn't go anywhere when
Yeah.
when I was growing up. You might hit the neighboring town's fair, but
Right.
we didn't go to the movies. We didn't go to sporting events. We didn't do shit.
Right.
So, like I just kind of like took off when I when I had the chance.
Yeah.
Not nothing against my home.
Right.
I'd move back home in a heartbeat if I could afford it.
Yeah.
But like I was like, man, there's all this shit I want to see, and all these bands I want to see. And then I
Yeah.
started playing shows, and then half the time opening up for a lot of the bands too. So it was like, man, I just took took a took a weird trip out of my little ass town that like people think that I'm really doing something and I'm not. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because it's just
Yeah.
there's just nothing going on there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Why? I mean, you are doing something.
You
You've
are doing
played fiddle for a lot of fucking people, not just bands, but people.
Yeah. What's funny is the country bands. Um, I played with for like 15 years and still kind of off and on now. I played with a Pittsburgh-based country band called Nomad. and we played with everybody. We played at Heinz Field with the big Kenny Chesney shows, and um, we did some stuff with Brad Paisley. We were playing in New Jersey. Uh, we had a 6 month residency at a casino. Like we were just
Where? Where? In
we
Atlantic City?
yeah, in Atlantic City. We were at
Atlantic City.
Bally's for
Okay.
6 months.
Yeah.
And it was cool because we were like employees, and we'd go in there and I'd use the steam shower. So
Nice.
if you wanted a massage, you had to pay for it, but you could use the cafeteria, you could use any of the spa services that were free, and
Nice.
like it was just a vacation every weekend.
That's
And
fucking rad.
we'd end up
That's
playing
awesome.
like we'd end up playing like 4 shows a week, and end up in Atlantic City, and then head back home, and everybody's trying to work day jobs at the same damn time.
Yeah.
And casinos are weird, man. Like they're
Yeah.
really fucking weird.
Sure.
There's
Yeah.
like the videos of people coming in off the street doing weird shit. That was every week. Like
Yeah.
we'd be playing, and you'd watch somebody come in the door, and they would just like hike up their skirt and squat on a fake plant and take a piss in the middle of the casino.
Yeah. That's so funny.
There's some weird people. And you'd see a lot of these same people every
Yeah.
week, and it's like, oh my God, don't they kick these people out?
That's crazy. Yeah.
Not until they give them all their money.
Yeah.
I played with so many bigger name country artists and stuff than I ever did with any punk stuff, and it's really bizarre because it's fun to play in one aspect, but it's a job on the other thing too, and it's
Yeah.
just kind of whatever. But I don't know to like count on one hand how many country bands I've seen
Right.
over
Do,
punk bands. It's they're pretty much tied.
do I remember correctly in somebody saying something about you sharing the stage with like Garth Brooks or playing fiddle for Garth Brooks at one point?
Oh no, I think Ryan was probably telling a story
Yeah.
last time. Uh, I recorded some stuff for this band in Pittsburgh called Ghost Hounds, and they're kind of country-ish, but they're more like a blues
Mhm.
rock band. And I'm friends with their piano player. He has a little home studio. I've recorded a lot of stuff with him, Joe Monroe. He's a great person and musician. And so I went in and I recorded stuff in their studio, and uh he's like, there might be some shows coming up. I can't really say anything about anything yet. And like they've already been touring a little bit with the Stones. Um I don't know how they got into that, but like for the
Yeah.
last few years they've been opening for the Rolling Stones. So I was like, yeah, give me a call, whatever. So um and 500 is in Detroit and Grand Rapids. And I get a text that says, "Hey, can you be at I can't think of the stadium. There's a stadium in Cincinnati tomorrow." I was like, no. He's like, we're gonna be playing with Garth Brooks the next few nights. I said, well, I'm already booked. I can't bail on people that
Yeah.
fast. And I'm like, I'm in Detroit, and he's like, can you get to an airport? I'm like, I can, but I can't bail on people like that. I
Yeah.
won't do that. And he
Yeah.
said I wouldn't do it either. Um, so Ryan's like, get on the fucking airplane.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't I can't be that dick
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
just bail on a show. I don't care what it is. He's like you should take that opportunity and do that, and I didn't, and
Mhm.
I've probably blown a million opportunities playing,
Yeah.
but uh yeah, so I missed that, and then like a week later, um he says, or I get a message from their manager who says, can you be in Berlin? Can you play in Berlin and Amsterdam next week with the Stones? And I said, well, I said my passport expired during COVID, and I didn't get it renewed because it was COVID.
Yeah.
So they're like, "Well, how soon can you get it?" And I said, "Not by next week." I don't know. I don't know who the hell is going to give you a passport in a week.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll call around and see what I can do. And of course, it was a no. So
Yeah.
I missed going there. And then
Yeah.
I messaged them. I was like, "Hey, my passport's renewed. You know, anything going forward, I'm basically open because 500 was starting to wind down."
Yeah.
And they're like, "I think we found somebody." It's like, son of a bitch. So, again, not completely my style of music or anything. It's
Right.
not bad or anything. I listen to it, but
Yeah.
you know, and I would sure love to play a few stadiums with the Rolling Stones or something, or Garth Brooks, and then
Right.
I think they did some stuff in Texas with Luke Bryan or whatever. I was like,
Mm.
son of a bitch, man. I just
Yeah.
but you know,
Regardless, you know.
whatever.
Yeah.
And I mean, your name's clearly in
Yeah.
people's ear for that
Yeah,
stuff.
I
Clearly,
get some messages once in a while. It's weird.
yeah.
And then I'm always like, you know, the funny thing is, it's just asking. Like I've reached out to people, and I'm like, hey, I don't, you know, uh, you were posting something about your next album. Like if you have any use for Fiddle or something, let me know. I'm not
Mm.
looking for money.
Yeah.
Uh, clearly.
Yeah.
And so uh, they'll be like, "Well, do you want to play on this?" I'm like, yeah. Well, you want that? I'm demoing this and this. Do you want to do this? Like, do you know who Young Governor is? He's the singer for a hardcore band out of Toronto called No Warning.
I've heard of No Warning.
Um,
Yeah. I've
he
also
also
heard of No Warning.
he
Yeah.
also played guitar for Fucked Up, but he doesn't anymore. But he
Mm.
has a like kind of a folky rock type project
Okay.
called Young Gov,
Okay.
and I recorded some demos with him just by reaching out and saying, "Hey,
Nice.
do you ever want anything?"
Yeah.
I recorded a little bit with I recorded a cover song with John Snodgrass,
Oh,
and
nice.
I probably can't talk about that because I don't think anything about it's been released or
Yeah,
announced.
that's all
So,
right. Yeah.
but so like I just reached out and I was like, "Hey, you want fiddle with something?" And he's like, "Well, I'm kind of doing the rock thing right now, but you want to play on this so and so cover?" I was like, "Oh yeah." So like just asking people,
That's cool.
it's
Yeah.
yeah, that's like 99% of how I get
Yeah.
anything going on, and I just I'm not telling people to not throw any money my way, but I'm really not looking for money.
Right. Right. Yeah.
I have a day job that lets me do my
Nice.
fun projects, so
Fuck yeah. So the fiddle is basically it's basically the violin, but a certain way that you play the violin makes it
I don't I
is
don't
it
know how you phrase it because it's basically the same instrument no matter what
right,
it is what it is.
right.
When I was in college, my strings professor was from the Ukraine, and he
Okay.
had this real thick accent,
Yeah.
and he told me that when people migrated to the U.S. and
Mm.
they couldn't read or write, and they would write things out uh, how people pronounce them. So he said like the violin, the viola, cello, double bass, all that stuff was part of
Mm.
the viol family,
Okay.
the string family.
Yeah.
And he said so they would say viol, and he said the way their accent said it, as they were saying it, it sounded like they were saying fiddle. And
Okay.
he said they would write out Fiddle,
Yeah.
and he said, and then time progresses and it goes that way. But I don't know if that's a true story or not. But he's knew a hell of a lot more than I did.
Okay.
But
Mhm.
yeah, I mean it's the same instrument. It just seems to be like people that play classical tend to call it a violin. It's
Right.
almost like it's almost like they're offended if you call it a fiddle.
Right.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
My professor was clearly heavily classical trained, and like he was amazing. And he would always, oh, my fiddle, my fiddle. So he didn't care.
Right.
So and when I did stuff in school, I did I did classical stuff that him and I worked on, but like when it came to doing any kind of a senior recital or anything, I said I want to play all these like fiddle songs that I learned and have like
Yeah.
because I wasn't an education major, so I didn't have to do a recital. I opted to
Yeah.
do that. And there was like some pushback because the stuff I wanted to play wasn't stuff that I learned while in school. And he's like, everything that him and I worked on is, has some kind of effect in what he's playing, or, it doesn't matter if it's a piece that we studied together. The everything we've worked on ties over into everything he's going to do going forward.
Yeah.
And he stood up for me.
Cool.
And so I did like an hour bluegrass show for my senior recital in college.
Hell yeah. Nice.
Nice. Awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was kind of funny because a lot of the professors that you would think would be kind of like snobby classical instructors were like asking me questions about the instruments and song form and everything, and I'm like, it's really like the most basic shit. It's just you play the same thing, you play it a little bit different the next time.
Yeah.
So,
That's awesome.
so it was cool.
Very cool.
It's rad to have a professor, teacher, whatever that stands up for you too. Like,
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He like stood right up to the other professors. They were like, this doesn't seem like you want to do a recital. You want to do like a concert or something. And he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. And he just like really went to bat for everything that I did. And
that's rad as fuck.
it's funny because like when I first started going to school there, he was like, I heard all these stories. They're like, oh, don't bring up any of like the bluegrassy fiddle stuff because he's not into that. And I was like total crap because he supported every single thing I did. He's like, he knew from the start I wasn't there to play classical.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's a great professor. That's awesome.
Yeah,
right?
Fucking right.
Oh,
Great professor, greater friend on top of that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. There's something that says professors can't be your fucking friends,
Awesome.
Right. Now we all drink with our professors nowadays.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
For good reason too.
Yeah, right.
For the most part. For the most part.
Awesome. All right, we're gonna ask you the questions that we ask everybody, and I don't know if we've asked you these before, but we're gonna do it again.
Well, there's new ones at least.
Yeah, it's new. It's the new one. So,
yeah.
If you were on death row, what would your final meal be?
Ooh. Oh, I'm not even creative enough for this.
You
You don't have to be creative. It's
you know what?
Heart wants.
Mine's McDonald's. So,
Well, wait. What are you eating at McDonald's?
2 double cheeseburgers, 2 large fries, and a large Coke.
Ron's gonna eat the shit that put him in the same position.
Hell yeah. Yes.
There is a sub shop by where I grew up called Bob's Sub, and it is like the most like people that went to school there, they always go back to get these subs and like yeah, it is like one sandwich shop that people brag about, and it's like every white man's dream of just massive amounts of mayonnaise on top of it. So I'd probably go with that, and it'd probably have the same effect once the electric chair turns on.
Yeah. Well, what kind of sub? What's your sub of choice?
Pretty basic. It's called Bob's Delight. It's like capicola and
capicola, nice.
Just capicola, turkey, like bologna, like it's the most basic sandwich.
Okay.
The fact that you said capicola,
that's not basic,
means that it's not basic.
Yeah, you're talking to the paisan inside of me.
Yes, because like
I hear you.
90% of all people are like,
sandwich.
"What the fuck is capicola?"
Yeah. Yeah.
I can appreciate a good sandwich.
Yeah, I have a partial boner right now for the capicola part.
Yeah.
The most capicola.
Most
the only
of the
thing is,
people...
I'm mustard guy. I'm mustard over mayo, but whatever. Capicola. Yes.
Yeah, but anybody who knows what capicola is like,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the people that don't know what capicola is, fuck, you don't know what a sandwich is.
They can go fuck
off.
themselves.
Yeah.
The people who don't know what capicola is can go to Subway. Go fuck themselves.
That's a made up word.
That's what Google. Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
They can get a turkey and cheese at Subway and go fuck themselves.
Yeah, right.
That's correct.
Well, that's cool that you got a sub. And capicola. That's great.
Yeah.
What is your favorite cereal?
This is super important.
Cereal.
This is the most important question you'll ever be asked in your lifetime, and we asked it. What is your favorite cereal?
Yep, Ron's 100% right.
Is there a wrong answer?
It depends. I'll let you know.
Favorite cereal. I would say Raisin Nut Bran.
Raisin Nut.
Nut Bran.
Interesting.
Yep.
Was that the Raisin Bran with the little chunky crispies?
It's got the raisins have the coating on it, right? Like the
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and it costs like $6 a box, so that's why I never buy it.
Raisin Nut Bran. Okay.
It probably costs like $20 a box now.
Yeah. Maybe.
Just so you know, the correct answer to that question is Fruity Pebbles. But
no.
as far as I'm concerned, the correct answer to that question is Fruity Pebbles. But
you'd be hard pressed to find a cereal I don't like.
Okay, yeah.
I'm the same though, Luke. If you are a Raisin Nut Bran guy, you will love my favorite cereal of all time, which is Basic Four.
Oh yeah, Basic Four is great.
What's Basic
Four? Oh my god, somebody actually knows Basic Four.
What the fuck is Basic Four?
It's so good, Ron. It's so good.
Four basic things in it.
Like what? What are the four basic things? I'll be the judge if it's so good.
So
what are the four basic things?
It's basically cornflakes.
Okay.
Rice Krispies.
All right.
You get these little like berry. They're like dried blueberries, and they're
It's
tiny,
getting worse as it goes along.
Oh no!
You'd think that until you eat it, and it's like this shit shouldn't work together, but it does.
There's like more than 4 things in it though, which is weird. Why they call it Basic?
I just think it's a bad name.
Yeah, you get these little sweet clustery things, and then you get these little kind of sweet vanilla almond like slices.
Yeah, it's really way better than what the name sounds like.
You just gotta eat it. Yeah, it's so good.
So basically, ladies and gentlemen, Fruity Pebbles is still the greatest cereal of all time. So, all right.
We just like plain food.
Yeah, because Fruity Pebbles it's fruity and it's pebbles, and that's all you need. I don't care about your 4 fucking whatever the fuck you're talking about.
I mean, hey, you know about the Quaker Oat squares? We've had this conversation.
Those are great, but I can't find them anymore.
I know.
Cracklin Oat Bran?
Cracklin Oat Bran is good too. That's good stuff too. I love
Quaker Oat squares are a completely different thing, and they're fucking amazing.
And they don't make them anymore, I don't think. They're not a giant in Maryland. So
Ron knows about it. So judging by my taste in Quaker Oat squares, you should just understand that Basic Four is amazing.
All right.
I'm just telling you, just got to try it one time.
All right. So next question. So which album would you pick if you were going to have your ashes eternalized in an album of your choice?
I did answer.
Somebody's going to spin
before.
Luke.
It's probably the same.
But a different one now.
But a different one.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a different one. You can say the same one, but
I'd probably go back to Gimme Convenience or Gimme Death, because that was the first one that really grabbed me. But I think last time I said Punk and Drublic, because that was like what completely immersed me in everything.
Yeah.
But yeah. Let's go with Dead Kennedys.
Cool.
Sweet.
Who's on your Mount Rushmore of music?
My Mount Rushmore of music or my Mount Rushmore of punk?
Music.
It's up to you. Music.
Yeah, whatever you want to, however you want to answer that.
5 people, you get a crazy horse. Yeah.
That's gonna be weird. My first love of music was probably Creedence, so I'd say
Cool.
John Fogerty.
Fuck
Okay.
yeah.
I got to throw a fiddle player in there.
Oh yeah.
There's this Canadian fiddle player. His name's Lee Cremo. He was an Eskimo, and
Lee Cremo spells name.
yeah,
Yeah.
Cremo. He's
Okay.
he's long passed, but he was a Eskimo fiddler from New Brunswick,
Okay.
and he was just this funny little Eskimo dude telling hilarious stories, and he could fiddle like a motherfucker.
No shit.
So I'd
That's
put him there.
wild, dude. That's
Awesome.
awesome.
Um, anything after that for me probably would have went straight to punk. So
Gotcha.
I'd probably put Fat Mike on there,
Yeah.
and then probably like Bill Stevenson or somebody.
Nice.
Yeah. How could you not?
Yeah.
There's like so much. I don't know how you can ask like Mount Rushmore, because there's like Jello and Keith Morris, and I'm not a huge the biggest fan of Henry Rollins era, but
Right.
I mean you can't deny the person.
Or the Ramones. Any four of the Ramones.
Yeah, all of the Ramones.
Yeah. Right.
And
Ian MacKaye,
Danzig,
you know?
whoever, Ian MacKaye, Jesus,
Yeah.
HR, like,
Right.
come on.
Exactly. HR, Sex Pistols, fucking yeah.
Yeah, I don't. It's weird because there's so many influential people. It's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the
I think Fat Mike is a
15 honorable
necessity on that.
mentions.
Yeah. Fat
Oh,
Mike is a necessity.
he's done
on
so
it.
much.
Yeah.
I don't know how
mean,
you can
not
deny
just
it.
no effects, but like, yeah.
Or any of the Descendants,
Yeah, for real.
like Milo or fucking Bill, like any of the, like anybody who played on Milo Goes to College, like
Yeah.
that was that record was so fucking far ahead of its time. It's not even fucking funny.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I think it's insane. Like they had two different dudes playing guitar and bass on that album, and
Yeah.
it's like you replace them with Carl and Stefan, and you still have the same amazing band.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
It's like nothing changed, and their originals going forward are Descendants songs. Nothing changed. It's
Totally.
incredible.
It is incredible. Yeah.
completely.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Awesome, Luke. Thank you so much, dude.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
Yeah, we'll be in touch, and I'll let you know when this will come out. Probably 2 weeks. But I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted.
All right, man.
All right, man. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you guys.
Hell yeah. Later, dude.
Say it right
All
back
right.
at you, dude. Thank you so much.
All right. Yeah,
All right,
totally.
man.
All right. Take
Talk
care.
to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
How do I do this shit? I can still hear you. So what do I have to press? Close.